in the world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the Locker Room and Voice of the People television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, with the sport.
This is African News on Voice of the People television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People television. Stay with us.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here is to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti and you're watching BOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Hey guys, what's up? How you all doing? They call me Aisha Nelson One, your number one celebrity host, and you are watching Voice of the People Television, VOP. Stay tuned.
Uyosite is my name. I am a friend of the microphone, Voice of the People TV. That name is unique, and the brand is very sweet. I like the packaging. Picture qualities, camera qualities, and then of course, the quality of human beings I see sometimes on your channel. I talk and get paid, and I look forward to being in your studios.
Oh yes, you are on to Voice of the People TV. Live here in Benin City, the cradle of black civilization. What are you waiting for? Tune in, bro.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
The 2564 Atlantic Tower.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors? Who signs the papers that gamble with lives? Which truths were grounded before they even ever had wings? If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight, it's power, it's politics, it's pressure sealed in steel. We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is turbulence. Aviation Scope, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning.
Whether you've been with us through the ups and downs or just joined us for this festive season,
take a moment to cherish the moments you've made and look forward to making new ones on the horizon.
May this new year bring you everything good, everything prosperous.
As we bid farewell to the old year and welcome you to the new year,
may your heart be filled with joy and your
VOP TV.
And I'm not flying solo. I got my co-anchor. You're going to be meeting him in a short while. But hey, if this is your first time, accept a very, very warm welcome. And I'm glad you could make it. Welcome aboard. Kechiku.
Hi, guys. This is hashtag, like Vivian said, just few hours before the new year. Encourage you to actually, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't get to miss another episode of the show. And also, we'd love to hear what you've got to say. So leave us a comment on our YouTube platform because the show doesn't end here. Of course, I'm Ikechukwu Agwago.
All right, for starters, the very first hashtag today is African Democratic Congress, ADC. So it is all over X. It's actually breaking the net right now. And the major player in this whole story, the protagonist, is Peter Obi. Now, he formally declared for the ADC today, and he decided to do that pronouncement or make the announcement in Enugu. I wonder why. Ikechukwu, maybe in a short while you're going to be telling us if there's any reason, if it's strategic or not. But hey, netizens are jumping on this one, and the vibes is positive. I can tell you, positive vibes is what we're getting. But of course, the chieftains of the African Democratic Congress are all over X, and they're pouring in accolades, and they're saying welcome and all of that. So I'm not going to talk too much about this. I'm going to take it straight to X now. We'll take a look at the very first post and then the very first video. Thank you. Ima Ike Ume says Mr. Peter Obi has arrived at the venue for his official announcement to join the ADC in Enugu State. Present are Senator David Mark, Emeka Ihedioha, Senator Victor Ume, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, Senator Ben Obi. I was going to say Ben Murray Bruce, but of course we know where he is. Well, Senator Ben Obi, all to witness this significant movement. So that was the arrival of Peter Obi. Guys, take a look. Peter Obi is surrounded with so much warmth and all. I'm sure he's feeling like the man of the moment right now. In a short while, we're going to be showing you a video of him talking and formally actually saying, actually formally saying he has left the Labour Party and now in the ADC. But there's a post that's going to lead us up to the video. Let's take a look at it. Imran Mohammed says, let us come as a family under the coalition led by David Mark to turn around our dear country. Peter Obi said as he officially announced his defection from the Labour Party to the ADC. Take a listen, guys.
I want that he has advice to work on her. When you look at Onyemu Ugochukwu, there's so many of you that are gathered here. Let us come as a family under the ADC coalition led by David Mark to turn around our dear country, to stop this lamentation, to stop this crying, to make sure that people in ID camp go back to their houses, go back to their farms, to make sure that no Nigerian wakes up hungry. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
All right, so you heard it from the horse's mouth himself. Before we're going to take a look at other posts that are coming in, Kechiko, why do you think he made his declaration in Enugu?
Enugu is the capital of the eastern region, the old eastern region. And Enugu is obviously when the Biafran, the South is seceded, Enugu is still very much the heartbeat. So anything that happens to, when it comes to an Igbo man, right, Enugu is central of it. So he had to actually declare it right at home. Like they always say, you have to look good from the house before you go outside. So, it's more like, calling the entire country, come to my house. And of course, again, you understand that there's this saying in Nigerian political landscape that the handshake across Nigeria is actually, from the southeast down to the north, which means, it's very well in the heart of the southeast, which is in Enugu. So that's exactly why he actually decided to go to Enugu to actually make this declaration.
All right, very well said. Now, let's go back to X now so you see how the ADC is welcoming Peter Obi to the fold. Atiku Abubakar says former vice president, really, and the chieftain of the ADC, who actually made his own public declaration long ago, said, today marks a significant moment in the history of political coalitions in our country. With the official declaration of my brother and associate at Peter Obi into the African Democratic Congress, ADC. It is my pleasure to welcome him officially as we look forward to a robust working relationship that will foster a virile opposition, one that will ultimately form a government capable of bringing prosperity and peace to our people. And as the ADC NIG coalition or ADC NIG coalition train leaves Enugu, the capital of the Southeast region, I hope this inspires other patriots to join the cause with the train headed in their direction. That'll be Atiku Abubakar. I'm going to come back to the reactions to this hashtag, but let's talk about this a little bit, Ikechukwu. So he actually referred to what you said, that the capital of the Southeast region is Enugu. But I want us to talk a little bit about this duo coming together again. Once upon a time, it was Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi.
2019.
Yes!
It was a big ticket.
It was, and then the cookie crumbled, and here we are again.
Yeah, because a man who, is said to, the late PME who's, is said to have, the mystery 12 million votes. Somehow
legendary 12 million votes.
Yes, legendary 12 million votes. So that was the reason why they actually lost. It was a very close call at that point. But now, I don't know, but would they want to actually work together? That's where the big question would be. I recall that, the podcast that Peter Obi actually did with Nedu the other time.
Which we aired here.
Yes, which we aired here. He was actually talking about, the gray areas that need to be sorted out.
Chief of them being the zoning formula.
Yes, for him to officially declare now, it means maybe they've actually had a level of, a consensus that, okay, this can actually happen or that can actually happen. We are waiting anyways to actually see, what's going to happen at the point. But it's going to be a very big, this is a very, very, very big first step for the ADC to actually become an opposition. The next step is now to fine tune who is going to be the flag bearer of the party. Is it going to be an open primary? Is it going to be, a primary that will be zoned to the southeast?
Yeah.
Will it be zoned to the southeast and south alone? Will it just be zoned to the entire south? These are the questions that need to be answered afterwards.
All right, questions begging answers, and of course we're keeping our pulse on this one as events unfold. We'll keep you posted. Lots of responses to Peter Obi's defection from the Labour Party to the ADC. We'll go back to X now, so you can need to take a look at the next one after that of the former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar. Shall we? Thank you. Dr. Yunusa Tanko, who is a major player, of course, in the obedient movement, says, as we take another bold step in nation building for the interest of the Nigerian people, His Excellency has set the agenda once again in the political history of Nigeria. We move together with the coalition under the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Today, we are going to unveil our continuous X-space discussions in our mobilization drive. And then he says, join us. So this is like a promo and an announcement, two in one. Why not kill one bird with two stones, guys? Why not kill two birds with one stone? Yeah, that's how he said. More reactions. Let's take a look at the next one, shall we? So Jackie says the anthem of our great party, the African Democratic Congress, ADC. And then Jackie says, this is the anthem. I'm just going to read it out. Arise, all compatriots. Nigeria's call we obey. With hands joined in handshake from north to the south, east and west, ADC will lead for every voice in need, well-being for all we seek. Our nation's greatness, a destiny to meet, a life of abundance for all we commit. On these alone, our resolve runs deep. No more imposition, no more greed. The ADC standard is our creed. The handshake is our sacred sign, binding hearts in one bold line. A nation rises, asking for more. ADC answers with steadfast roar. Our youth we call to brave and dare, to stand with honor everywhere. ADC, arise. ADC, arise. A, D, and C, arise and shine, Nigeria. It's beautiful. There's more. Let's take a look at the next one now. So Balaji Abdullahi, that will be the spokesperson of the ADC, Publicity Secretary?
Yeah.
Yes. He says the African Democratic Congress at ADC NIG is delighted to officially welcome the former two-term governor of Anambra State and presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, to the ADC. What a way to begin the new year. I can tell you that. And then he says, hashtag arise and shine. That's going to become a tagline very soon.
Very well.
Arise and shine. And then that's a very beautiful picture of Peter Obi. And then the ADC is saying, welcome. Now, Director, put your pulse on this. We'll come back in a short while for us to continue to take a look at the responses. But there's something about the ADC. They're very refined.
Very.
Now, they are very active on Twitter, on X, I beg your pardon, right now. See what they're doing, from former Vice President to Bolaji Abdullahi to Tanko Yunusa, who is no longer... Is he still an obedient member?
I mean, the obedience is not a political party.
Yeah, but it's a movement.
Yes, it's a movement. Just
okay,
like the
well,
Conquest.
so Mr. Tanko Yunusa is now, of the ADC. There are role on X. They're taking over the space right now. So you say they're sort of tush.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise, really. I mean, the likes of Bolaji Abdullahi, I'm still waiting for Libe to also make a statement. He's also part of this particular...
But his boss has already spoken.
I mean, he's definitely will want to actually have a say, right? And these are people who are, who have actually been around politicians for a while, so they understand how the political water plays. Right, and of course the big wigs in the party, like the former vice president, all of them understand what is needed. They are not. It's not a party of rookies. It's a party of seasoned politicians. So they understand what is, the task ahead of them. It's not just Kilimanjaro at this point. It's Everest, because the APC seems to have been closing ranks and covering many states. So they understand that the social media will play a very huge part when it comes to this particular space. And of course, that in 2023, the obedient movement also got advantage with the social media. So now they will also want to bring in their own voice. It's going to be huge for them. Bolaji Abdullahi is one person who really understands, our public relations. So it's going to be easy for him to actually come up. I mean, Peter Obi is now there. So I mean, the biggest opposition outside the opposition is part of them now. So I mean, it's party. That's exactly why I said what a way to start a new year.
Yeah, what a way to start a new year. And the thing about Peter Obi also is that he knows how to use X as well.
Psychologist. I mean, he's a philosopher.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a philosopher, so philosophers understand how to actually, relate with people. And it's a thing for them, so.
Yeah. Loretta Onoche is jumping on this, but we have, apart from her reaction, we have more reactions to this particular hashtag African Democratic Congress, which has taken over the internet or the space, or X, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Let's go back to X now. I was going to take a look at the reactions, shall we? The last one we took a look at was that from Bolaji Abdullahi. So Everman says, Peter Obi has officially declared his intention to run for president of Nigeria in 2027 under the African Democratic Congress ADC. This is a defining moment for our nation, a call to build a future anchored in integrity, innovation, equity, and hope. With Obi at the forefront of ADC, we are not just contesting an election, we are reclaiming our collective destiny. This movement isn't about one man, it's about all of us rising together for transparent leadership, youth empowerment, economic revitalization, and unstoppable progress. Nigeria, the time to dream boldly and act decisively is now. Let's mobilize, unite, and make history. I'm not sure I caught the part where Peter officially declared his intention to run for president. I think he just officially declared his defection from the LP to the ADC, but it's no state secret that he wants to become president.
No, right? He's always said it, that if he will be contesting in 2027, he's definitely going to contest as a president. Because his obedient movement have been telling him, if you're running as a vice president, I mean, we are not, we are not in for that. You're big enough to become the president of this country, and that's exactly what we want for you. So if he's declaring now, obviously, definitely, he's declaring to become the president.
Yeah, but he's joined a coalition that has so many other bigwigs. So, but hey,
that was why I was talking about.
We don't know what kind of discussion
areas
they must have had. Yeah, you said they probably must have had, a discussion or two. But hey, we are going to continue to follow this particular story. More reactions or more responses, if you will say, to hashtag ADC. So GRV says, that'll be Road Survivor, says African Democratic Congress ADC should consider Peter Obi as president and El Rufai as vice president in 2027. Do you agree with me? So Rose Bible has continued to pursue this particular agenda. Do you agree with him?
I mean, this is
Peter Obi El Rufai.
This is one thing about fans of people. Peter Obi El Rufai. A lot of us are actually looking at the El Rufai personality.
Tambuwal is also trending. There's Peter Obi Tambuwal combo as well.
That's also a very, very strong ticket.
So it's different strokes for different folks.
But whoever it is that comes, I think the ticket is going to do well.
All right, let's take a look at the next one, shall we? So Loretta Onoche says the sun rises from the east. Today, Senator Abaribe, Senator Victor Mayer, Senator Tony Nwoye, etc. joined at Peter Obi to continue their political journey with the African Democratic Congress ADC. This has opened the floodgates of voluntary realignment and defections into the credible alternative, the ADC. Those who are disgusted with the undemocratic hubris going on today in our nation, but have no courage to move, will now be encouraged by the bravery of the sunshine rising from the east. ADC will go beyond the sky. And then she put up another post. Let's take a look at it. So, again, Loretta Onoche is welcoming the obedience to ADC. She says, I warmly welcome His Excellency at Peter Obi, Professor at Pat Utomi. That's another one that really, caught me by surprise. Professor at Utomi Pat, at K. Ken Pella, and the hashtag obedient family across the world, to the African Democratic Congress ADC. Once upon a time, we were at daggers drawn, but we were on opposing sides. Today, we are building the same house and speaking the same language. We all must therefore extend the ADC traditional handshake to one another and build a formidable house for all Nigerians seeking a credible alternative. Your decision to join our party is a bold affirmation of your belief in a better, fairer, and more prosperous Nigeria. ADC is a home for principled leaders who value integrity, courage, and service to the people. Your experience, voice, and leadership will strengthen our collective resolve to build a truly democratic state and nation where justice, inclusiveness, and opportunity prevail. There's a concluding part to that one. Let's take a look at it. As you take your place in this growing movement, be assured of our solidarity, support, and shared commitment to positive change is through collective leadership and stakeholdership. Together, we will deepen democracy, restore hope, and offer Nigerians a credible alternative founded on justice, equity, competence, and compassion. Once again, welcome to ADC. The journey to a new Nigeria is stronger with all of us on board. Welcome home, brothers and sisters. Loretta Onochie. And she put up this card, like, sort of like a postcard, or I don't know what you call it, but you see it in a short while. Let's take a look at the next post. That's it. And she says, welcoming the obedience, His Excellency Peter Obi, Professor Patutomi, and Ken Bella. It's a beautiful post, yeah? Loretta Onochie being currently a member of the ADC. She was one of the very, very staunch supporters of the late PNB. Yeah. So I think she's part of the CPC bloc that is joining the ADC. Now, one person that is missing out, but I'm sure they're going to be keeping him posted, is former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, who is in Kuje prison right now. It's not just him, himself, his wife, his son, because they were denied bail, so they are in prison. But this big event is happening without them, but I'm sure they're going to be keeping, him posted. But that's it. Final thoughts before we wrap up this hashtag.
Well, I mean, it's beautiful. The man who actually contested the Labour Party gubernatorial, as the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate in Delta State, Kempela, is also part of that list. No? So Patomi is also from Delta State. So it means that the wave is already moving also towards the south. So it's actually a very big thing for them. And I mean, coming days you definitely get to see. That's exactly what she said. That people who are actually afraid will now see, because this is what politicians do. They'll start looking at, okay, what's the chance now? These guys now have a very good chance. Looking at the composition of the party now. If I actually make this move here, I think they will likely win. I can actually keep my seat as a governor. Those uncertainty amongst other persons who are actually sitting on the fence now will now decide, okay, this is where I'm actually headed, or this is where I will go now, as Peter have actually officially made the move. And like the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar said, that as the train comes near you, join it, come aboard. But hey, we wrap up that particular hashtag. We move on now to the next one, which is related. It is hashtag Aisha Yesufu. Aisha Yesufu has never ever been a card-carrying member of any political party. She is known as a political activist. She came to the forefront during the Bring Back Our Girls campaign when after the Chibok girls were kidnapped. She herself, as well as a number of other women, including Obi Ezekwesili and Bala Muhammad. Yeah, they all came together to form a movement, BBOG, Bring Back Our Girls movement, that went global. But hey, it's about her openly declaring for the first time today to become a political juggernaut. She just joined the ADC. So I'm going to take you to X now, take a look at the post that's going to lead us to the video. Hashtag Aisha Yesufu. Let's do it. So Oyindamola says, and she is quoting, Oyindamola is quoting, I don't know if Oyindamola is a he or a she. It's a he, right? So Oyin is saying, Aisha Yesufu said, I have never been a card-carrying member of any political party, but I will be a card-carrying member of the ADC. Take a listen, guys.
Greatest
5 minutes.
Nigerian people. Greatest Nigerian people. Of the greatest, 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 of the greatest Nigerian people. Good day to the high table. I've been given 1 minute.
Yes.
You know, whenever it is, I can speak not only for Nigeria but also for Africa. But today we had a guest leader who said it's all about unity. It's all about unity. We are united with the insecurity that affects every part of the country. We are united with the lack of employment. We are united with the things that are not working. The next time they tell you we are not united, remind them that the problems that face all of us, we all get it. And so therefore, we will put our hands together to make sure that Nigeria because an amazing country, a great country, one that we all will be proud of. And today Nigerians have decided that they are going into the African, right? Give me the second one. Give me the third one. There is a reason why there is no party there. It simply means this is not the time for jollification like you would usually see. This is the time for Africans, Nigerians. Nigerians will lead the way. And this is the time for us all to come together and have that Congress. African Democratic Congress it is. ADC!
Arise and shine.
ADC!
Arise.
AD and C!
Arise and shine.
Before I leave, I want to say here, sir, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, I have never been in any political party. I have refused to be a card-carrying member of any political party. But as my leader, I give you my words that I will proudly be a card-carrying member of ABC.
Thank you.
And David Mark, you might not remember, over 11 years ago, under the rains, we cried together. And Honorable Aminu Tambua, you might not remember, but we cried together. You were outside in the rain. When we stood up, I had turned 40 and I realized that silence was...
That's what she brings on board, the energy. It is raw. It is unplugged. Yeah?
Very well.
So you heard it. For the first time, she has become a member of a local party.
Very big. It's even very interesting that she actually pointed the Senate President.
She didn't even bother to say Senate President David Mark. She just said David Mark.
And I mean,
Tambua, yeah.
Because they were actually at the in power at the point, in the House of Assembly, in the National Assembly, when they bring Chibok girls, they bring back our girls, incident happened.
Oh yeah.
So she was actually reminding them that yes, I was there.
So Tambua was the speaker of the House of Assembly. David Mark was the Senate President.
That was why she was calling them and reminding them that, okay, 11 years ago, this was exactly what happened. I was in the rain, and you guys, we cried together. And now, I mean, look at politics.
And they're in the same camp right now.
Politics bring you together. That's why I always say it's just about interest.
Strange bedfellows.
Yes, exactly what it is.
She's been talking to us that if Peter Obi is not giving the ticket, they are not going anywhere. But it looks like she's mellowing, right? She's simmering down. I want to believe they've been talked to, right? They really must have had some really serious conversations.
I also want to believe that, yes, the conversation must have pointed towards that, there's a chance of him getting that particular ticket. That's exactly why she's actually
let's not make that permutation.
That's what I'm saying.
We know there is a stalwart there whose eyes are on the sparrow. But you see, another person that's been quiet, that just even stayed off the camera totally, is former Kaduna State Gov, former FCT Minister El-Rufai. He's just walking behind the scene. And of course, he's told everybody, look, he's not interested in running for anything. His #1 mission right now is to unseat the APC.
Exactly. I mean, he's a grassroots politician. That's exactly his job, is just to create inroad in the north, and of course, get the people, the core voters of the north, to actually accept the ADC. It's going to be a long road.
And I think he's one of the chief players, the main players that ensured that Peter will be officially declared. You do remember we did that hashtag here?
Yes.
Immediately he announced his own, defection from the SDP to the ADC. He said his brother Peter Obi is coming.
He's definitely coming, sir.
This was the same person, before the romance went sour, that insisted that the North must vote for the current President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Before that, they were arch enemies, right? But somehow President Tinubu warmed his way into Nasir El-Rufai's heart. And then El-Rufai said, look, guys, Northerners, my brothers, you must vote for this man. But along the line, the romance went sour again. And this time around, he's pitching his tent with Peter Obi and he's saying, this man, come, let's work together. So let's see if we're going to see the El-Rufai factor again. Netizens are jumping on hashtag Aisha Yesufu. Let's go back to X now so you see how this one is panning out, shall we? Let's do it. Thank you. Peter Obi Grassroots Mobilization says Peter Obi is the leader who surrounds himself with visionary men and women united in his mission to make Nigeria prosperous. Peter Obi is unstoppable. He is coming. Vibe says, known for her Bring Back Our Girls and End SARS activism, Yesufu has famously avoided party membership to maintain her role as a neutral critic. I guess that's ended now. Vibe says her move to the ADC aligns with the recent influx of high-profile opposition figures, including Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar, into the party, positioning it as a primary third force coalition to challenge the APC. That phrase, third force, you remember who came up with it not too long ago? It was Patrick Tomi and co. Yeah, looks like it's coming back again. There are more reactions. Let's continue to take a look at them, shall we? So live, or is that LFE, Baba Ronaldo says, Nigeria political winter transfer window is finally open. Peter Obi to ADC. Here we go. Medical and announcement schedule in Enugu State. I don't even know what that means. But Holy Boy says, that's a strong, clear statement. For someone known for independence, openly committing like that signals how seriously she believes in the ADC and what it represents. Engineer Mide for Truth says, I will never support a party that has Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi, El Rufai, and David Mark. I'm disappointed in Peter Obi and Aisha on this one. That is the only lone voice here. But hey, like we always say, different strokes for different folks. But somebody actually strangely missing in this whole thing. I didn't catch him. I don't know if you caught him. It's Rotimi Amechi.
Well, Rotimi Amechi is not, at the moment, it's not the...
It's not the Peter Obi fan.
Not the Peter Obi fan thing. It's actually not the new kid in the block, you know. I mean, this is Rotimi Amechi is actually, yes, he's an Igbo man. I think he's declared that. Of course, he's from the South. So this is very much, you know, the Southeastern affair, and that's exactly why it's actually happening in Enugu. So it's all about Peter Obi at this point. And I mean, Atiku Abubakar himself wasn't there, so Amechi also wasn't there. It's not a must that you should be there, but of course, you're part of the party and you are ready to actually give it all to succeed. That's the most important thing. But for the person who talked about the winter transfer window, that's exactly what happens in January. Players move in two circles, you know, from one club to another in June, July, you know, till September, and of course in January. So we are very much in January, and Peter Obi is actually making a move from one political party to another one. And when a player makes a move, you go for medicals to check if you're fit to play.
Oh.
So that's why he actually used that.
I get it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he actually meant.
Fantastic. And that person is actually appealing to football fans. Peter Obi himself is a football fan.
Yeah.
Okay, we wrap that one up now. We move on to the next hashtag. It's a follow-up to a story we have been following since we broke the news, talking about the great Nigeria insurance building, that mammoth fire that claimed that mammoth building. Yesterday, the count was 3 bodies, but now it has risen to 5. It's unfortunate, and we have 3 brothers still trapped in the rubble. Families crying. Now, TVC has that headline. Let's take a look at the headline that TVC put up, and then we'll go to X for you to see how this one is panning out, shall we? There's a video to accompany it. It is hashtag Great Nigeria Insurance Building. So GNI building fire, 5 dead, 13 rescued with injuries. 5 people have been confirmed dead, while 13 others were rescued with injuries following fire incident at the Great Nigeria Insurance GNI building. In a statement issued to TVC, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, said it is working in collaboration with other emergency response team, and that's by TVC. This statement dropped today by 3:43, so it's fresh. Let's go to X now, so you see a post that a Concerned Nigeria put up. Somto Okonkwo is very active online, and he breaks a lot of news. He says, these are families waiting helplessly and patiently for their loved ones trapped at the Great Nigeria House, Balogun, while the Lagos State government does nothing to rescue them. We are tired and frustrated. Lady calls out the government. That's a quote, by the way. So the lady is calling out the government. There's a video accompanying this statement. Take a look.
Waiting for their family members, including me myself. We all are waiting for our family members. Then I ask again, what is the Lagos State government doing about this situation? Because at a point like this, I'm tired. But then what am I going to do? They make a leave Ebuka and Gideon here. God, I'm frustrated at this point, oh, but then there is little to nothing I can do. This is me creating an awareness. I keep saying it, whenever you come across my video, kindly share it. Please, pass the word to it. Tell him that people are all over here. We all are waiting for our loved one. You should kindly do something. We are begging. We are pleading. We are begging. Please. Can you see where that suggestion is? You know that this very place that fell today. But that is not my pain. My pain is you left where people are stuck. Like people's children are, let me show you, please. Let me stand up, please. People's children are here. Can you see here? You abandoned them here. And you went to a plaza that fell today. That there is no one single soul. Absolutely no one person inside. You went there and you start working. Is this not wickedness?
I'm almost speechless. I don't know what to say. It's very touching. Now, while the TVC said that NEMA had given them an official statement that there is ongoing rescue efforts right now, that eyewitness report is telling us otherwise. And then there are 3 brothers still trapped in the rubble. Peter Obi gave an official statement yesterday and he mentioned them and he asked that they be rescued. Nigerians are praying for these 3 brothers. Hashtag inclusive. We are hoping that they come out. That's it. Thank you. Those are the brothers. 3 brothers from one family. And we are hoping to God that they are rescued. Ikechukwu, before we wrap this up, this is a follow-up to what we've been doing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very sad one. Whenever stuff like this happen, you know, it takes a while before all the persons involved, you know, officially get out of it, either dead or alive. But then seeing this family of 3, and of course that lady, and as much as other persons seated there, it's actually very painful to actually watch. But I mean, what can we do at this point? Just hope that, you know, they come out safe or at least alive to actually get recovered. But I just hope that, you know, this happens as soon as possible.
Yeah, as soon as possible is what we're saying. We move on to the next hashtag, which is hashtag Arena. It is also a follow-up to a story we also broke yesterday. I think it was like 30 minutes into the fire outbreak that we broke it here. And NTA is giving us an update now. Arena is a huge marketplace. It's a mall around the Oshodi area. Went up in flames yesterday. But according to what we hear, the fire team, the fire service team, were on ground. Immediately they were called. 5 minutes after they were called, we heard they came, according to what the NTA is telling us. So let me take you to X so you see the post NTA put up. No fatality is what we heard, and we are glad. Hashtag Arena. So, NTA Network says fire at Bolade Arena Market, Lagos. Another fire incident occurred in Lagos, this time at Arena Market, Bolade Oshodi. The fire, which broke out on Tuesday, affected a section of the market made up of 5 40-foot container shops arranged in 2 rows, totaling 10 shops. The affected shops were mainly used for the storage and sale of clothing materials kept in bales. The fire was contained from spreading to other parts of the market. In a statement signed by Margaret Adesheya, Controller General of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, the agency assured the public that the situation is fully under control with no threat to lives or surrounding property. An investigation into the cause of the fire will be carried out and further updates provided. I don't know, Ikechukwu, if you're looking forward to this update like
Yes, I mean, this, like, you know, the other one, the Great Nigerian, you know, building house thing, it's quite sad. And like, I mean, so many events like that in life, you know, you can't just get an explanation as to why, you know, it actually happened to you. I'm talking about the victims now. But of course, everything that happens in life, you know, comes with a lesson. I think that should be what we should be focusing on to ensure that when stuff like this happen, it's easily and quickly nipped to the bud. It's quite sad. I mean, 40-foot containers, shops, and your storage house where you actually keep your goods. That's a lot of money in this particular, you know, time of the year. It's going to be really, really tough for the families. But I mean, life is sacrosanct.
And then take a look at yes, life is sacrosanct. Their life. We are glad. Take a look at the timing of when it happened. Yeah. 2 days to the end of 2025. In a short while, we're going to be talking about 2026 because it's already 2026 in some parts of the world. Yeah, that's going to be our last hashtag. But, some days ago, almost 2 weeks now, we brought the news to you that Tonto Dike, very popular actress, very well known in Nollywood, had become born again, given her life to Christ, and said she had been delivered from an addiction. The addiction is not just one, from smoking as well as some other, very serious addiction. And she said this addiction, the smoking one, started when she was 13 because she said her parents were smoking. So she grew up in that environment, and this lasted for over 1 decade. Now she has started going to church. She's also cleaning. She's become a worker in church. Now today she was caught cleaning, I think, a stadium for a church event or a Christian event that's about to take place. Now someone caught her. But people are saying, is it her own camera crew or another person that just caught her, she not knowing what's going on and all of that? But hey, the point is Tonto Dike is a dedicated Christian right now, and she just wants to live that way. So I take you to X now, so you see the post that's going to lead us to a silent film that will play while Ikechukwu and I talk about it. But hey, Honest says, Tonto Dike spotted cleaning a whole stadium ahead of a church program. I am really happy with the way she changed for good. Can we have the video play while Ikechukwu and I talk about it? Aha, that's it. So it's not just Tonto Dike that is cleaning the whole stadium, thank God. That would have been abusive. Yeah. But that's her the black palazzo and black top, with a mop in the shower. That's her cleaning, that looks like Onikon.
I really cannot tell, but yeah, it looks like.
It looks like Onikon Stadium on the island.
It looks like Teslim, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think it looks like Teslim.
So it looks like there are lots of workers, but this person is focused on Tonto Dike. Of course, we are getting glimpses of other people as well. She's not just cleaning, she's carrying chairs and all of that. So this is big deal for her. And she's not even sending anybody. She just wants to do what she wants to do and move on. Yeah, do you want to take a look at what netizens are saying before you jump on this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or do you want to watch how clean some
Yes, I'm enjoying the view of what I'm saying.
So why is this different from some other person cleaning?
Well, because it's Tonto Dike.
And she said something, right, when she was giving her testimony in church, because it was in church that she gave the testimony of, she said she was delivered from the addiction of masturbation and smoking. And she said people came to tell her that why is she embarrassing herself being such a star? And she was like, no, this is no embarrassment. That who even gave her fame in the first place? Was it not God? That it wasn't embarrassing for her to come stand in front of God to give a testimony. So that's her taking her Christian life seriously. Thank you, Director. Can we now go back to X so we take a look at what netizens are saying, shall we? Thank you. Oracle says, I think she's starting to do too much. That it's looking staged. Why record this? To what end? Humility would mean that she would prefer to do this off camera. That's when it's going to be believable. As for me, all these stunts don't work. It's PR and she can be celeb. And she being celeb. So now so it be. Only time will tell if she truly repented or not. Yeah, time will tell. Chain Lord says, if you like, keep judging her by her past. On the last day, you will see her in heaven. And you judging her will be burning in hell. Shike now. There are more reactions. Let's continue to take a look at them. So Big Tipsy says she's creating content. But Ugo says, I have read a lot of comments bad-mouthing her and calling her all sorts of names. That's fine. But you all should know, the first person Jesus absolved from sin was a prostitute. 2, the first person that got salvation from Jesus Christ was a thief. Don't judge. Don't judge. Do not judge. Judge not. Yeah, so Ugo is talking about the thief who was crucified alongside Jesus that asked for him to be taken to paradise. And Christ, of course, acquiesced. But, people are saying it's divided here. Yeah. Some people are saying she's creating content. Others are saying, you guys, leave her be. But is it possible that it's not her camera crew and that somebody who knows her, because she's very popular, somebody who knows that this is Tonto Dike and who knows that this is going to draw traffic is actually doing this? There's a possibility.
I don't want to even dwell on the possibility of it being, her camera person or not. I want to dwell on the message it's passing. Because, people do stuff to actually influence people. Mm-hmm. This definitely will influence people for good.
Yeah, take a look at the person who put up the post. That person is getting positive vibes from Tonto and actually is positively influenced by what she's doing.
True, because if she was caught on camera smoking, it's going to definitely influence certain persons to actually do this. And people will not see that as, her creating content. They'll just see she's living her life and the camera is there.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I don't want to dwell on
call.
The camera thing. I want to dwell on the message she's passing.
Yeah.
And this is definitely going to influence younger people, who are actually looking up to her. And that's where I just want to look at it.
And I think it's very courageous for her to have come out to say that she's been freed from smoking and masturbation. I mean, it's big deal.
It's big.
It's big deal, man. She's got
a gun to my head, I will not say that.
Whatever. But I'm so glad Tonto has found a way. I'm hoping she stays there. Yeah. Last hashtag for today is Australia. Australia is officially in 2026 already, and there are colorful scenes for you to see in a short while. But I have a post. Let's take a look at the post that's telling about how it's going down in Australia, and then we'll play the video for you. View says, Happy New Year 2026, Sydney, Australia. I think New Zealand is one of the countries that's climbed over.
They're quite close.
Yeah, there is a beautiful video accompanying this one. It's a silent film. Can we just have it play while Ikechukwu and I talk about it? It shows you how beautiful the universe is. Imagine some countries are already in 2026, but we are counting down.
That's it.
It's still some hours for us here, especially in Africa and some other parts of the world too.
Yeah, it's all about the sun rotation. So when we do our other countries to also follow after us. So that's just the beauty of like in the United States, for example, we'll definitely be very well into the new year, about 6 or 5 hours before they definitely also cross into 2026. It's the beauty of what the world brings. And now you look at, if you have a family in Australia, you call and you wishing the person happy new year. And the person, okay, we're waiting for you guys, come along.
It's a beautiful fireworks, I'm telling you. Australia, Sydney especially, never misses out on this. Once it's New Year, you see these beautiful fireworks and
Sydney is a city of events. They are city you look at and say, okay, this is an Olympic city. And of course, Olympics is the most colorful event outside the World Cup, maybe, but when it comes to glamour and glitz that tournament brings in opening ceremony, you can't take it past the Olympics. And Sydney is one of those countries. I recall very well Sydney 2000, how it was very beautiful when they were actually doing the opening ceremony. So yes, it's beautiful to see.
I don't know how you're going to be spending your 31st night.
I'll be at home.
You'll be at home. I'll be in church. I'll be praying for you.
I expect you to be in church.
But hey, congratulations to those of them that have crossed over to 2026. We are counting down to crossing over here. It's been awesome, Ikechukwu, hasn't it?
Yeah, 2025 has been amazing.
I gotta say, it's been one of the best years of my life. I need to say thank you to every single person that contributed to making, hashtag what it is today. Thanks, guys. You've been amazing. Ikechukwu, you've been amazing all through.
You've been amazing all through.
Yeah. To the guys in the PCR, MCR, Silva and his team, the social media, and my colleague, Unena, who made sure that the elevator was on, ready for me to come in when I was rushing to come into the studio today. Thank you, girl. Guys, this period is a season of gratitude. Oh my gosh, Hassan, thank you. You are awesome. Stop it. Hassan, Victor, Alex, Jerry, everybody, even Mr. Shagun that is not here right now, Manfred, Ikechukwu. I've got very cool colleagues, guys. You should come to VOP one of these days and check us out. But on that note, we'll wrap this edition of Hashtags. If you liked it, keep a date with us again, same time, same station, and I'll see you guys next year. Bye.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264.